It is a safe bet that majority of people who watch anime are familiar with pro gaming, or if you are like me who loves to watch professional esports and right after seeing the amazing plays jump into rank and instantly regret it. That's not the point here. What I love about the pro scene is the hype, the build up of all the Titan players going up against each other, the underdogs, the previous champions defending for their title, and clowning on those who lost to my favorite team. Yeah, suck it. I love to see all of it, and so do many other weebs and gamer girls. Even after the rise in popularity, we have not seen an esports anime, and that would have been a perfect segue to how esports anime could be a game changer, but that would have been a lie. Because we did get a Chinese anime about esports called The King's Avatar. King's Avatar does embody the elements of esports, and it is a good anime backed up with a really good production. But at the same time, it fails to be an esports anime. Before I just jump right into it, this video is not about King's Avatar, but how esports anime can be amazing. So, to make my job a bit easier, I am going to point out the good things the anime did, but also where it failed and what can be done better. With this, I am not trying to do an opinion bomb, but open up a door of discussion in the comments below about the ideas and possibilities of the esports anime. And to make sure everyone is on the same page, I am going to speedrun the synopsis of the King's Avatar. King's Avatar follows an OG player who was wrongfully kicked off the team because his skills were deteriorating while also taking his game account, which made him go in a buffer period where for 1 year he cannot compete in a pro scene. After leaving the organization, he works at a net cafe and starts to build his own team from the scratch. Now on paper, this sounds fucking great. An ex-OG pro trying to make his grand comeback with a new team is an amazing concept. King's Avatar does many things right which happen in esports scene, like building up a fanbase for a specific org, how roster changes are handled either in a good way or not so good way, how signing a player is not only about his skill but also the reputation, brand, and his fan following migrating with him. This is all shown in King's Avatar, which is done amazingly, but this is where my praise ends towards the show. And before getting into the meat of it, I think King's Avatar is a good fucking show. If you love to watch esports, you should really give it a shot. What sold me was the 3-episode OV after the first season, which was mind-blowing, with an ending so hot, I jizzed my pants. Gotta change now. Although King's Avatar has some amazing jizzy moments, where it fails is at its core, which is the game they are competing in, and moreover, not even explaining the basics of the game. I am fully caught up with it, and they still haven't explained what are the basic game mechanics. For example, at first I thought these two attacks were the same, until I read this comment on YouTube explaining it. Most of the time, it is just two video game characters fighting, with no context whatsoever of how the game works. Let's take other sports anime for example. We have got Haikyuu, which covers volleyball, KurokonoBasket is basketball, Free is about swimming, and Yowamushi Peadal is about cycling. Even though we do not know the rules of all these sports, we know what these games are about because in some way we have come across them, whether be it in the backyard, the school, or even the television. Volleyball is about not letting the ball touch on the court. Basketball is about putting the ball in the enemy's basket. Swimming and cycling is a race where you have to come first, which is pretty fucking easy to understand. But video games are different. Let me explain with an example. I play Dota 2. I want to die. I want to die. I want to die. Yeah, it ruined my life too. But I know that game. I have grinded on it. Even though I lose a part of my soul when I D-rank, but I genuinely enjoy watching the pro plays because I know what is going on in the game. Now, if you sit down with a CS... Oh, no one plays CS anymore. Valorant player to watch a Dota match, he wouldn't understand jack shit. But if I go and see Valorant matches with him, I will understand and get excited over it because I play that game. And even if I didn't play it, I know about it. And that is what we need. We need to know. We need familiarization. I know I probably butchered it, but we definitely need that. So, let's take an anime which did this right. Haikyuu. Let me ask you a question. Would you really be that invested in Haikyuu just by knowing it is a sports anime where you have to keep the ball in the air? Well, I wouldn't be invested in it. Haikyuu's first season was about learning the basic rules, the rotations, the positioning like libero, spikers, and the way they presented the information was amazing, which was by teaching Hinata. So in a way, we the viewers and Hinata are learning volleyball together. And this is what can be done with the King's Avatar or future esports anime. They can take their time to teach the game objectives and game mechanics. And that leads us to the next point. What the fuck even is this game in the first place? At the start, they are fighting like a multiplayer, and later on, they casually drop that they are going to clear dungeons and say every player has to craft their own unique weapon and boost character XP by farming, which stays with you forever. What? This is what I was referring to when I said it fails as a competitive game. Let me ask you, when Isekai was a new thing, why did we love it so much? I swear, this will all make sense, so stick with me here. Think about it. Because we were exploring that majestic world with our protagonist, which was a totally new experience for him too. We get to clear dungeons, kill the bosses, which is same along the lines to Genshin Impact and the best RPG Breath of the Wild. That is one of the reasons why Mushoku Tensei is one of the hottest isekai right now. Aside from Rudius's inner conflict, we are exploring this wonderful world with him, where it feels like we are a part of this journey together. Now, why am I talking about isekai and RPG? Because King's Avatar is a type of RPG game which focuses on clearing dungeons and crafting unique weapons, but that goes against the entire competitive esport. Competitive esport is all on the skill set of the player. That is why we have rank placement. Everyone is on the same playing field with hero selections, ability, and weapons. The only thing which is not on the same field is the experience and skills. That's why the guy who just started 4 months ago can get to immortal rank if he's good enough. And the guy who recalibrates every new season after grinding for 4 years can still stay in silver. When the game allows you to craft a unique weapon which other players cannot obtain, that is the same logic as skins make you a better player, which in King's Avatar is fucking true. So, how can we fix some of these issues? First, get rid of the fucking RPG setting. We have enough of those in isekais already, and they really do not work with esports environment. So, as an alternative, you can take already existing games, but if you are going to make an entire new game, then make sure you include a newbie in your team. That either be a protagonist, or if they are going with the X-Pro route, then the new team should have new players, where it would feel natural that they are learning the game alongside us, the viewer. Introduce the book rules, which shouldn't be changed no matter what. Next, cut out the superpower bullshit. They are the generation of miracle crap. We do not need it. That ruins the authenticity of the game. Even if they include these things, what is it going to be in the esports? He has jacked off for several years, so his APM is much higher than other players. Slam Dunk does not have any of it, and it is one of the best manga out there. Next, try to make 5v5 team esports, which is the current standard. So, you can have 5 roles in the game, and they can preface that having each role is conventional but not necessary. So you can have the flexibility as well as the surprise element. Oh, now we are talking about the good shit. A drama. Nothing beats a good fucking drama, which you can take inspiration from King's Avatar, from organization's shady business to rivalry between good fucking players. Also, you can build up the side characters slowly. Not every pro gamer comes from the same circumstances. They can include the troubles of explaining parents about gaming as a career, or leaving your friends behind to pursue as a pro player, or even just being a very bad at the game and grinding towards the top, but realizing this is my ceiling, I cannot go any further than this. These things will make all the characters relatable because we all have went through that thing, and this is one of the reasons why Oikawa, Bokuto, Tsuki, or even Yachi are so loved from Haikyuu. Haikyuu did tackle these things, convincing parents, reaching a talent wall, harsh truth between natural talent and perseverance, which all comes down to a single point of a match, which is not only about volleyball, but their ideals, struggles, and most of all, their honor. God, I fucking love Haikyuu. They can take the stories from actual pro players because some of them really did run away from their home to pursue esports, and some left their girlfriend for Dota.
He had a girlfriend and he ditched her for Dota.
I love you, RTC. If you successfully pull off all the previous things, you can even add meta changes. Why one meta is compatible for one team but not for other. This is one of the reasons why esports stays fresh. The rules stay the same, but the meta differs vastly, which changes the power dynamic between the teams. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Ow. Okay, now this is just out there. But they can easily partner up with Riot Games or the company of Santa Claus, where anime can use the name of the game as well as their gaming mechanics, and in return, that game will get a huge exposure, and it is factually proven. After the release of the Haikyuu anime, it was reported that there was a 30% increase in the interest of volleyball. Now imagine that with a computer game which anyone can download with a single click of the button. Hell, if done right, I will start playing that game. Now this is really getting me excited. Hello? What? They are taking it. Oh, fuck no. Hello, JC staff? Yeah, you are not taking it. What do you mean, why? What? I do not want to hear about Konosuba and Railgun. Giving you is a coin flip. And coin flips are 50-50. But in your case, it is 80 to 20. No, no, please, don't, just don't. Hello, production IG? Yes, you will take it, right? Yeah, the esports anime. Yeah, thank you. And another thing. When are we going to get Haikyuu season 5? Hello? 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 Production IG? What I'm trying to say is, the possibilities are endless if you really think about it. Hey, I'm just a brown guy on the internet, and even I thought about these ideas while watching TI10 of Dota 2. The esports is a really special kind of thing because when you make the viewer really care about the game, that hype is automatically created. Why do you think Valorant is breaking the Twitch viewing record? Why does Dota 2 have such a huge prize pool? Why are stadiums packed with all these gamer girls? Because when we see these players play on that big stage, along with them, we also feel truly alive.
The ground there is cold.